Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Welcome to Accompong once more on another January 6th anniversary celebrating 286 years of freedom from oppression, freedom from a system that denied us our livelihood, freedom from a system that marginalized us, freedom from a system that has turned us against our one another. 286 years of freedom is not just freedom for who they call Maroons. It is freedom for all the free Negroes who resided on the island at that time. They called us Maroons. Let's no longer be confused. We are the first people.
Yes.
We are the same people.
Yes.
We're separated by documents. Documents of a system that has perpetuated its oppression in a neo format. So it's been disguised. We can no longer see it. All we see is war and fight amongst one another. For what? We have gone 60 years as a country divided by the same norms of oppression that have persisted today. In 62, the Order of Council created the entity we now understand to be that state of Jamaica. The council, Ordering Council of 62, otherwise called the Constitution.
Yes.
Clause 4 reads, all agreements and engagements prior to the Ordering Council remain in force. One such agreement being the 1738 Treaty of Peace and Friendship, which sits on the laws of Jamaica in the journals. You can go and look at it in the National Archives, it's there. Then why are we today still being marginalized and oppressed and being played a game when we have to be uplifting one another and unifying with one another to formalize the better Jamaica for all? There's too much deception. There's too much lie. The crime and violence persists because there's no real help that's coming for the people. We have to take the responsibility of our own goodwill in our hands. As Maroons, that's what it has always been about. We've never relied on an external entity to survive all these years, 286. Today we face a risk like none other. We are now witnessing in the world where agreements quite similar to ours have turned into warfare. Marginalization, documents of colonial past, which have divided a people. So much that the world is now numb to genocide. Who are we? Where's the humanity? The resistance started from religious oppression to convert into slavery. People ask if I'm a religious person. I'm a spiritual man. Religion divides. And I say that unreservedly. At the end of the day, the same blood runs through our veins. After 60 years and deciding to become a republic, there's no way people should be kicked off any form of land in this time. The Treaty of 1738 preserved that right for each and every one of us. But if we decide that we don't want it, then you just have given away your birthright. Don't cry and say, oh, the government's selling and the government's selling. Understand your history, understand the law, and understand the context of how it applies today. This is not pageantry. This is not tour dance and no. This This is a livelihood. This is a lifestyle. This is a heritage. This is a culture. This is what we know. Freedom is what we know. At the end of it all, after 300 and odd years of slavery and oppression, there were one set of Negroes who decided enough was enough. And it's that movement in 1738 that led to the Haitian Revolution, that led to the United States Constitution. They all know who we are.
Yes.
Make no mistake about it. There's a reason Captain Kojo is not a hero.
Yes.
Well, he's our hero.
Trust.
Because in a time of war and oppression, he drew together all the different bands of Negroes across the island. And he presented himself as a diplomat, which is why the British took a chance with him to bring peace. Because if they did not bring peace, then they would have been in the world courts, then they would have been in serious trouble with their creditors who are running their banking system and financing their war. So a treaty had to be signed and had to be turned into the courts and over to their creditors for them to restore normalcy in their economics. So when we talk about reparations and bringing repair to damage that was done to a people who belong, who existed before and have since been marginalized and subjugated, ridiculed and discriminated, let it be on file. This is the 3rd January 6th that I have been here. And in each year, I've invited both sides of the political agenda. I am still to get the support of the governing party. No matter the level of engagement or attempted efforts at engagement, we're being stonewalled. I take this opportunity again to open the floor of dialogue for us to have an amicable ending and resolve of long-standing issues. The Maroons are not just fighting for Maroons, the Maroons are fighting for Jamaicans. If you no longer wish to understand the essence, the true essence of our history, and continue to be guided by the said storytellers of the oppressors, as Garvey said, you then might just have died. Are you cowards? No. Rastafari, I call him no. Because the same kind of games have been played with Rastafari. One and the same man. You could have grown here out there. I hope you saw it at the start. When Coral Gardens incident took place, over 300 Rastafari were in Accompong, seeking refuge. Why? This is home. If we don't separate the thing no more, if we understand and fix the house.
Trust.
The UN told us that last year, fix the house. Get the thing right. You're there. You're recognized. You have a treaty. Get the people on board. I've been doing that. But the hands that play keep my brothers and sisters far away from me. The hands that play keeps covering the eyes of the people. I, Chief Curry, surrender myself to you as a leader. I took the responsibility to restore dignity. You see all these men here sitting in front of you in the sun beating the drum. You see these ladies right here? It's not a joke thing for them. Everything that they do reflects on us as a community. But these are the last few standing warriors of the culture. And I want you to raise your hand to them right now. I say, today I want to honor freedom that still exists today.
That's man,
And pray that we hold on to it. Listen, pay more attention to what is happening. What is happening in the east is also happening here. Because there's unsettled lands here. There are minerals here. There's gold, there's copper, there's rare earth elements here. They're sought after for their war planes, their war machines. It's not a joke. It is not a joke. So when we leave here today, you leave remembering the voice of Chief Curry today. Not a Taliban, not a Boko Haram, not a terrorist, but a man standing on his square and representing for the rights of his people. We're under blood oath and treaty to a colonial government that no longer holds reins over this island. So what do we do with it is the question I ask you. What do we do with it? I supply myself to you, I put it to you. Pay attention. Fear not, as the ancestors are with us. Light the sound there.